Hey, beautiful souls, it's time for another Take 10 with Zen, where we take 10 minutes or less to talk about how to connect to the spirit world, how to understand ourselves more deeply, and where I answer questions from my subscribers. Last episode, we talked about the empathic bubble, which had to do with creating some sort of shield to kind of keep us from taking on everyone else's emotions and being impacted by it. And I know it can sometimes feel like a curse when we have empathic abilities because we are inundated with all of those energies, especially in the beginning when we start opening up to it or when we expand them as well. But that's just a small little piece of what this gift brings. It's like being an oracle who can see the future but can't do anything about it or believe you can't do anything about it. What's the point, right? Well, there is a stronger part, a more impactful part of being an empath or having empathic abilities, which is flooding out emotions out to the world. In addition to having emotions push towards us or move towards us or flood towards us, we can actually push out unconditional love energy out into the world. So we can enter a room where people are angry or sad or down or, not in a very high mood. They're more in a lower vibrational mood. And we can flood the room with this energy. Now, we can't make people choose their emotions. We can just make it easier for them to choose unconditional love or fear emotions, the lower vibrational emotions too. Because we can come into a room and if we have lower vibrational emotions going on, we can bring down a room, right? Every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you. We could have that type of impact. So being aware of your empathic impact is an important part of that as well. When we're pushing unconditional love out into the world, it also creates a wave of that love that does not allow the other lower vibrational emotions to be close to us. It can create a kind of energetic hedge around us where we can experience moments of time where those things that are not vibrating at the higher level are pushed outside of this hedge because it chose to stay at a lower vibration rather than raising its vibration. We also have the ability, the influence of transmuting emotions. And this is where our emotional, energetic field around us is at a higher level, unconditional love, because we've been focusing on it. We're not at our lower vibration, we're at our higher vibration. And so we can just be speaking, we can be doing some act of service, and just us being in there, being around someone, even over the internet, over the phone, whatever it may be, just our presence, that energy field sparks. And it sparks, because our furnace is burning bright, it sparks their furnace, their inner love to vibrate at a higher level because their inner being is recognizing our inner being. It's our unconditional love is being recognized by the unconditional love in them. It's like namaste, which means the, higher being in me recognizes the higher being in you. So there's this, spark that happens, and it's not something that we have to do. It's just something that we are being. We're being these bright beacons of light with no judgment, not attempting to define things, just sitting in love, just being love. We are all empathic at some level. It's part of our essence of who we are, the spiritual being in us. Some of it has seeped in to this human side. So we all have it. Everyone picks up, the gut instinct. Everyone has, ooh, I'm picking up on someone's vibes, right? Well, I look at the soul as kind of like a funnel. And those gut feelings, those other instincts are on the very tip, the very rim of the funnel. And so that's why everyone's picking up things, because we do, sense other people's emotions, something going on, something feels off, or I'm drawn to someone too, right? But if we want to know more about them, about what's going on, where are these feelings coming from, what's at the root of them, we can go down into the funnel further, and that's where we get the information on why are they feeling that way, what is going on, what's sparking that in them, right? And I know that might seem a little bit snoopy, a little bit intrusive, maybe, but, and I can understand that, because I'm invading their privacy. What's happening? And some have beliefs, ask the other person's higher self if you can access it, and etc. But there's really a key. Empathic, especially strong empathics, are given a key because of their huge hearts. And the huger, I guess, is that a word? The huger our hearts are, the deeper we can go, because when we're in a place of unconditional love, we're not doing it out of selfish reasons or for egoistic reasons or out of fear of wanting to know, why are they doing that? Is that about me? What's happening? So when we're in fear, we're at a lower vibration, right? And those information, those things that we're picking up are noisy, because lower vibrational, chaotic emotion and lower vibrations is loud, and it's untrue, right? It's unclear, it's fuzzy, it's foggy. But when you're connected to the higher vibration of unconditional love, and you're going in, that's where we get the clarity. That's where we get, the true reason why things are happening. No judgment. It's from a place of unconditional love. If we're going in out of judgment and fear, then we're going to get all sorts of information that may not be on point at all. And that's why if you ever have anyone that's doing readings or different things, and it's like they're totally off, it's because there's fear involved, and that's what's making it noisy, right? But part of the transmutation process of helping people transmute their emotions also involves sometimes telling them where their emotions are coming from, what's at the root of these things, so that they can change it and look at it differently. We just have to follow our intuition. Are they ready to hear it? Is Spirit saying to share it? Or sometimes we're just given information so that we can be in a different place with an individual, and it's not about us sharing it with them yet. Especially if it's out of fear, we want to make sure it is definitely clear, and true from Spirit before we share it. Otherwise, we're having our own emotional experience with someone. In the beginning, when you first are becoming aware or going up in levels in your empathic abilities, and as you're expanding your energy and these things are happening, don't feel like you have to share everything in the beginning. We do whittle down the voices in our head. And, for all my psychologist friends out there, no, I'm not talking about hearing voices that are telling us to do bad things. This is about the thoughts. This is where the information comes through from Spirit to us, right? And in the beginning, we'll hear so many voices of supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts, and this is why and this is why and da-da-da-da-da, and we'll get all that. But eventually we will. It's like, whittling down a giant log to a toothpick, right? We're whittling down, and we're seeing which of these voices are true and which are not. only one eventually will have not been off, be lies or whatever it, had come up. It's going to be one that's of unconditional love, no judgment, and it's true. The things that it has told us have been true, and we verify that they're true. And that is, of course, the voice of Spirit. So don't rush. You don't have to. There's no judgment from Creator. If you don't jump into your empathic ability fast enough, it's all a journey, and be gentle with yourself and allow yourself time to grow and expand, and then start testing it out. And you'll be so glad you do. Eventually, you just feel so much in a place of calm and peace. So I'm running out of time. Hopefully all of that helps. If you have any questions on anything we talked about, of course, ask it down below. Or if you have any ideas or any questions that you would like answered in future episodes, you can pop those in the comment below. If you don't feel comfortable sharing it in public, I get it. You can also send me an email at bruddaZen@gmail.com, and I'll answer you there. And I'll keep your name out of it if it's something that I want to share with everyone as well. So I appreciate you guys so much. And as you're going throughout this next week, remember, you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there, and you take care.